Welcome back to the final Sunday Slips episode of the year.
This is it.
This is for all the marbles right now. Tony's got a healthy first place lead. I am 6 points ahead of Gut in second place. He's in third place. J-Mo's
Almost eliminated.
He forfeited pretty much this week. He's trying to scam us about the Buffalo Bills defense in the group chat.
It's not out of the range of possibilities that he can make a comeback. People have definitely had bad weeks where, you only score like 2 or 3 points. And I think the highest or the most points scored in a week was Gut with about 16.
Yeah, he's had a big week. I think what's going to need to happen is I'll need to have one of those flop weeks. I mean, obviously, I'm just going to lay out an equation in which Gut outscores me by 6 points, obviously. But like a double digit, 10 points for him. And then I need to get, 3, 4, whatever. I think
put it that way, it sounds way more feasible.
Yeah, I just need to miss. If I hit my gold slip, I feel like I'm good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like 3 points gets me there. I just need to hit one single point like across the board, and him not. I don't think he's going to hit 10. 10's like
10's a very good week.
It's a crazy.
I think it's done. It's been done. It's been sprinkled on there throughout the season.
It's happened before. I was last week. I was elated after last week. Kyron Williams coming in with the 3 tuggers. I was like,
that was nice.
We hit the gold running back there. J-Mo never got to use C-Mac, which is beautiful. Sharp as hell, I guess.
Sharp as hell. Only 11 points from C-Mac last week.
Yeah, let's jump in and see what we're all about.
All right, starting off with you. So chalky taking Houston. I can't believe you left him there at gold.
It was
I like it. I think they're going to win. But
I like Houston a lot too. Yeah, I mean, listen, they were dogs coming into the week, ended up being favorites now. I didn't care. I just like Houston to win this game, and you're in wild card. You can even win the division if Jacksonville loses. I don't feel good about the Indy team. Like, I don't feel like Minshew's going to lead this team to the fucking playoffs.
I would initially I didn't feel good. I bet Houston in real life when they were dogs. Now that they've flipped, I kind of feel like too many people are on Houston right now. It's a little fishy. I feel like anytime a dog becomes a favorite, usually not a good recipe for success there. So
yeah, no, it's not
Houston
great.
Went from my goal to completely off my card when they flipped.
Enough.
Anyways,
Philly.
I like the side of the Giants. I don't know what Philly's like really playing for. Meanwhile, their defense is dog shit. And I kind of think if Tyrod Taylor's healthy, like I think he can make this a pretty close game.
Maybe. I feel like Philly, I don't know what they're playing for, but I think like as a team, I'd imagine they have a few like players-only meetings this week because they need to get their shit together,
Dude, they do need like some type of we're still here win.
They need some mojo going into the playoffs, and they definitely know that as a team right now. They're facing adversity, and this would be a spot to get out of that adversity.
Yeah, I could see that narrative going, but man, I said this when Jack was here. Like, there's a lot of teams that have had that narrative, like, oh, you don't want to see them if we're in playoffs. Like,
you don't want to see. That's like people are saying that about the Falcons this week.
Sure, definitely.
Yeah.
Philly's the opposite. Philly's like a team I would gladly see in playoffs because they're spiraling. They've been spiraling for like a month now. I just don't think they're a very good team.
You know what happens if we get into playoffs as the NFC South winner? We gonna see Philly.
You get to host a game,
and we're gonna see you.
I actually,
you're gonna see us in the bowl.
Yo, if you hosted Philly, I'd fuck around and take the points with the home dog.
Fuck around and go?
Nah, I wouldn't go.
What do you mean?
I wouldn't go. Nah. That ain't getting me out of my fucking apartment.
No, we're going.
Okay. I mean, if you're buying, I'm down.
You know what else is locked? Chicago plus.
Chicago is by far the best.
I probably should have moved them up. I
feel so good about Chicago this week. I feel like after Green Bay embarrassed the Vikings, everybody wants to hop on Jordan Love's dick again. Chicago's, I think, it's hard to be like this is sustainable for Chicago, but they've been playing
great
like a playoff
since Fields
team.
Has come back.
Yeah.
You can look at any players like, since Jalen Johnson came back, since Montez Sweat came into the picture, they're just good. Like, that's end of story. Their defense is great. Their offense is good enough to sustain what they're doing on defense.
They are almost word for word, bar for bar, the same team as the Lions last year, where they played a bunch of close games, dropped pretty much all of them, but then at the end of the season, their defense was turning things around. Their offense was doing well, and they covered, and they might have even fucking won some games. I don't really know. But Chicago, I think right now is the better team than Green Bay. And also, Justin Fields playing for a fucking job. Yeah. Matt Eberflus playing for a job. decades of being embarrassed by the Green Bay Packers. Now you have a shot to knock them out of playoffs. Like, this is kind of a playoff game for Chicago. I love the fucking Bears.
Yeah, I don't know what the over-under in Atlanta, New Orleans is doing up there at 42.5. Neither of these teams score points.
Yeah, I think it's a safe bet anytime you see two NFC South teams and the total begins with a 4.
Correct.
You can just take the under.
Yeah. Dallas offense versus Washington. Not much to talk about there. I've used almost all my good defenses. New England against the Jets. New England's at home playing for Uncle Bill. Super low fucking over-under. Trevor Siemian. I'm hoping we just, pick 6 something there.
Yeah.
Get a couple points.
I like it.
Stroud, Nico. I'm going all in on Houston. I don't have a ton of good quarterbacks left. And Nico, with like Tank Dell out, Noah Brown probably out. It's all Nico in this one.
Right.
Rashad White. I was pretty pumped I got him left because Tampa plays Carolina. Carolina, again, they're a team that donates points to the running back position.
Yeah, we talked a little bit about last week because me and JMO used Rashad White as our RB then. I don't know why I thought like Carolina was like a sneaky hard matchup, but I would
receivers.
They're very maybe that's where I got confused, but I would love to play Rashad White this week.
Yeah, pumped about that. Let's move into your slip and see who you got.
So I already yapped about the Bears, but I'm all in on him. If I could use the Bears for all 3 minerals, I fucking would.
Okay, so you got them all the way up at gold. Mm-hmm. Tennessee.
I think Tennessee upsets Jacksonville here. You see Mike Vrabel press conference?
No.
Dude, he was dropping F-bombs at reporters.
Listen, I'm into the slips, but I'm not like watching Mike Vrabel press conferences.
I didn't like go out of my way to look at it. I just was it was going around on the internet because he was like, he wasn't like cussing out a reporter, but a reporter's like, what does this game mean? And he's like, losing fucking sucks. And I think it's possibly his last game, possibly Derrick Henry's last game as a Titan. Mike Vrabel as a dog, that's money. So Jacksonville, I'm not a believer in them. Trevor Lawrence might play, but the dude's so banged up. I'm not actually sure if he's going to be that much of an upgrade to a healthy CJ.
Yeah, it's really hard to get a read on Jack. I feel like they're almost like the Philly of the AFC, where you're not sure what the fuck is happening in that locker room right now or with the players there.
Yeah, Tennessee, I love.
Baltimore, I'm surprised you went this way.
So I had them originally down as 4, and then they fell to 3.5. Now they're 3. I wanted to kind of take them off because we've talked about this situation with these slips. That's basically 2.5.
Yeah.
But I've also noticed in the past, anytime I like fade kind of myself and my initial thoughts, it usually ends up working out. So I'm gonna stick to my guns, go Baltimore +3. If this was a game where Lamar Jackson was playing and there was no concern of anybody resting, what do you think the spread is? Baltimore hosting Pittsburgh, like -10?
Yeah, probably like 8.5.
I just don't think that going from Lamar to Tyler Huntley is all of a sudden they're dogs now. Like, I think the wrong team's favored here. People are like, oh, well, Ravens are not playing starters. Mason Rudolph's starter caliber now. Is that what we're saying?
Some would argue.
I'd argue that Pittsburgh's also playing backups.
Yeah,
so,
I mean, it's just a tough it's a tough week with some of the teams. And in those games, I tried to like select games where I felt like we knew as many variables as possible. Baltimore definitely not one of them.
I think we kind of know the variables though. Like Tyler Huntley, we kind of know what he is.
Right, but that's one player. They're also like resting all their starters probably.
But you realistically can't like rest all your starters. Like you can't like just get a new roster. And,
you can.
I don't know. I mean, who's the
guys
one
who are
team?
even like close to borderline, like Marlon Humphrey, for example, like strain the calf or whatever.
But he's hurt more than it's like they're.
But I'm saying like anyone who's less than 100%, they're going to put in the backups for those guys.
Sure, but you also like Baltimore preseason. They take those games seriously.
Fair.
You have a shot here to knock a division rival out of a playoff scenario.
No, I mean, they're not going to not be trying. We'll put it that way.
Yeah.
Like Jack was saying, he was telling me yesterday when they were doing the pod with Marlon, he was asking him about like, on Twitter, people are going crazy about like the Ravens back in 19, like wrestling players, etc. He's like, I don't know what you're talking about. He's like, I just want to beat the shit out of the Steelers.
Yeah.
Like that was like his mindset kind of thing,
Yeah. And I think that's how most players think, and especially like a Harbaugh team, a Mike Vrabel team, losing never crosses their mind. So give me them.
All right, we got a lot of the same fantasy. Stroud, Collins. You got the Jets defense. I took the Pats, so it's just like we'll see what side of those gets a pick 6, and that team's probably it.
Right.
Buffalo, Miami.
I took the under. I think if I haven't looked at Guts or JMO slips ahead of time, but I feel like one of them definitely is laying points with Buffalo. I feel like that's a super public pick.
I had them on my slip like when I originally made it earlier this week, and then I don't know, something kind of spooked me off of it.
It just feels too trappy. Like there's so much bad vibes around Miami. It kind of feels like Buffalo should be heavier favorites, and the spread's even going towards Miami with all their injuries and with all the weird shit going on.
Their defense is crazy banged up right now.
Yeah, and so I don't actually trust Buffalo to win this game, and obviously because of all the injuries to Miami, I just think this is gonna be a low-scoring game.
Yeah,
I think this will be slightly disappointing.
I like that under.
Yeah.
All right, let's move to Jameis Staines.
Where's Buffalo? No,
He's
he
got
avoided
Philly.
it. Okay.
He's got Atlanta, and we both have Houston. We both have Philly. He hasn't used the Ravens defense. Interesting. Miami offense. He said he was not going to veer from that, although he already did that once.
I would bet that he's used Baltimore before and just forgot.
Probably. This feels like the most random board of all time. Like Seattle, Arizona under Jordan Love as his QB. I don't know about all this.
Okay. I mean, Atlanta, I think, is the right side. I think you're getting points with a 50-50 game. I don't trust Derek Carr. I don't trust Dennis Allen. Not that I trust the Falcons, but...
Do you feel like, all right, so he has like James Cook as his fantasy RB1.
I like it.
He took Miami as the offense.
Oh, I mean,
like,
yeah.
I kind of feel like where J-Mo is right now, like his spot, you got to like pick something and hope it just breaks complete. You got to go for like a 15, 17-point board at this point.
Right.
You know?
Like we were saying to begin, like you needed 15 points, and it's going to be hard when you're hedging yourself.
You needed to like stack the QB wide receiver, I think, for sure, and hope that those two ball out and get 6 points right there, hit all your slips. Like,
yeah.
You know, I think the QB wide receiver, you pick the same offense with that QB wide receiver, and then, you know, I don't know.
Yes, so much has to go right now for J-Mo to where if he's going to avoid going on this trip. But, I mean, I guess, like, I do like Cook and Evans individually as the number one in their position. Jordan Love doesn't feel like a good week for Jordan Love.
The wide receivers are too banged up. Cook, I'm a little bit worried about just because Miami's run D, like they're fucked up on pass because like Xavier Howard's out, Bradley Chubb's out, but like Christian Wilkins is a monster in the middle. Teams are like struggling to run against them.
That Evans, Miami defense is deep, even with the injuries they've suffered. Like it's a pretty deep defense.
I like Evans though. Like Carolina's sneaky good against receivers, but Evans just eats the Panthers alive.
Yeah, it's always a good Evans week.
All right, Gutterstein.
Gut, dial in. This is to save your life.
Okay.
Why all three of you guys took Philly?
I guess so.
Is Philly even going to play their starters in the second half? Like,
that's a good point. I feel like they're. I don't know. Are they not playing for anything? They are.
The thing is Cowboys would need to lose to the Commanders for them to win the division.
Cowboys are ahead of Philly in the division.
So
Can Philly move up seeds though?
They can move up, but they do rely on the Cowboys losing.
That's it though. Like if Philly wins, they can't move up in the wild card seeds. No. Okay.
So I guess that was my point. Is like at halftime, I'm assuming this team's going to find out that Dallas is beating the shit out of the Commanders, and it's like, okay, we can sit Jalen Hurts.
Maybe.
And I just think 5's a lot for a team like Tyrod Taylor or a team like the Giants with Tyrod Taylor that's going to be trying.
That's fair. They're playing at the same time.
Yeah.
Okay. Good insight. All right, well, we got a flip on Green Bay, Chicago. I got Chicago. He's got Green Bay. He's got Pittsburgh. You got Baltimore.
Yep.
Both got the same QB and wide receiver. He took the Houston offense. I took the Dallas offense.
Yeah, I just stacked the Houston completely. I think
Achan's actually really interesting, but
I thought about it.
Achan's super interesting.
Raheem Mostert's highly questionable, yeah.
So they had Waddle, Hill, and Mostert all return to practice today. Don't know if they could be playing, could not be playing. But if Mostert's out, Achan's probably a smash play.
Yeah, definitely. I like his over-under. I was going to say that, Indy feels like a dead-over team this year. They just be letting up points, and they can score
at home
pretty quickly, and you have a meaningful game here. It's a little high, but I like it.
Cincy D. I actually was thinking about Cincy D. I had them written in on Monday as one of the teams I was looking at for a defense because I didn't have any, but
that's a pretty good play. I didn't even consider it because I had both. I don't know if I had the Patriots available, but having the Jets available, that just felt so easy.
It's like since he's like not actually a good defense in real life, so it's like taking them feels weird. But we'll see. We will see. Oh man, kind of nervous.
Yeah, you could. This is the witching hour, right?
This is absolutely. We're deep in the witching hour.
Yeah,
we're in the cauldron hour.
I'm just gonna be racking up some ideas.
We're in the exorcist hour.
Sound
No,
off in the
sick.
comments where these boys should go.
I have like such good. I have a couple good ideas, but
But
like,
you don't want to share them just in case.
hell no.
Yeah, ain't
I
no
don't
way.
want them backfired. on
Right.
me.
No, that's smart. That's smart.
Oh, Gutterstein, don't put up a 15 spot, please. All right. Well, that Sunday slips. If I outscore, if Gut outscores me by 7, he wins. We never decided on a tiebreaker. We just send JMO by himself.
I think tiebreaker.
Deal?
No,
Okay.
no. Tiebreaker is whoever has the most points in a single week.
That's no. How about disagree?
I think it's nice. Damn. There's no way you guys are gonna tie, right?
We're 100% going to tie.
I think if you tie, all three got to go. Damn.
Yeah, you, Gut, and JMO.
Me.
Facts.
I'm the only one who broke triple digits this year.
It ain't over.
What are you at? 90?
I have no idea.
Wait, 89? Are you even in
I
90s?
think I'm at 96. Are you at 108?
Yeah.
I'm at 96.
Okay, you'll break 100.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to
Unless-
fly. I might get to 200 this week.
Unless
Chill, daddy. I'm scared.
I'm going for I'm hoping that is dope. That's wild. It looks like we
Wait,
whoa.
did I just take 100 pictures? Oh, so as you hold it, it takes the video the whole time? So anytime you take a video, we're going to hear that? That's crazy.
No stealth mode 0. Yeah.
Stick your tongue out or something.
Yeah. All right. Take us away.
All right, JMO, take us away.
Take yourself away, JMO. You tried this year.
All right, we'll see you next year.